I'm going to tell a short story to kick us off. In my family, we have a question that we ask each other pretty frequently, and that is mom ruining Christmas again? And that all started when my little brother was 5 years old, and the Nintendo Game Boy was a new thing, and it's all he wanted in this world. And my parents got him one for Christmas, and he was supposed to open it Christmas morning, except that my mom spilled the beans the night before. And it was one of those things where as soon as it was out of her mouth, all of us sort of turned our heads in slow motion to look at her like, did you just say that? And it was completely silent until the news really sunk in for my 5-year-old brother, who, exploded with joy. And we never let her live it down. It became what she was known for. So anytime she would slip up and get too excited and tell us something she wasn't supposed to, we would just all look at each other and say, Mom's ruining Christmas again. She would even foil her own secrets. So years ago, I think it was my dad's 55th birthday that was coming up in a couple weeks, and she had the idea that she wanted to get a tattoo in his honor. I have no idea where this idea came from. Neither of my parents had any tattoos, and if you met them, they're probably not the sort that you would expect to express themselves that way. But she had it in her head that she wanted to get this tattoo for my dad, and so she planned to get it far enough in advance that it would be healed in time for when she did a big reveal on his birthday. So I took her to my friend who does all my tattoos, and while he was drawing up what she wanted, she said, when I was a kid, I wanted a tattoo and my parents wouldn't let me get one. So by the time I was old enough to make the decision on my own, I already had my own kids and just never got around it. And so Joe's drawing, and he said, well, what were you going to get when you were a teenager? And she said, well, I really liked the band Aerosmith, so I wanted an Aerosmith tattoo. Not something really obvious like the logo, but like a mic stand with some scarves hanging on it. And Joe just politely, to his credit, just politely nodded. And then a while later, when he was actually doing her tattoo, she kind of started getting doubtful about it, getting some second thoughts. And she said, oh my God, what if my husband comes home and it's his birthday and I surprise him with it and he sees it and he hates it? What if he wants a divorce? And Joe, without missing a beat or looking up from what he was doing, said, if he hates it and wants a divorce, just come on back and I'll cover it up with an Aerosmith tattoo. It'll be fine. But my dad came home from work. Actually, we went at the end of the tattoo session, we went across the street and had coffee. And she spent an hour detailing how she was going to go about hiding this from him for the next couple weeks until it was healed, so she could surprise him on his birthday. And then she went home that night. My dad got home from work. He walked in the door. He asked her how her day had been, and she said, okay, fine, I got a tattoo. And he said, excuse me? And he didn't hate it. He didn't want a divorce. In fact, if you ask him what he thinks of it, he will very diplomatically smile and thoughtfully and say, I think it's very flattering. It's sweet that she did that. But I will tell you that, in my family, it's understood that if you want something to remain a secret, you don't tell mom. All right. So that should get us kicked off here now that you all know about my mom and her big mouth.